Hello, and welcome to a very special stream, which I'm actually starting at 2:32 a.m. my time. Living in Australia, the remasters of this game became available 2.5 hours ago, but I was streaming something else at the time and got that finished. But here we are with the remasters of Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3. They came out literally 2.5 hours ago for me. Other people probably were able to get to these before the release date. But here in Australia, it is the 14th of February 2024, and what a way to celebrate the fictional birth date of Lara Croft, who was born on the 14th of February. So happy birthday to classic Lara, born on the 14th of February. We're going to be playing through the trilogy back to back. I'm going to be playing through with the remastered graphics, of course. When I do my annual Tomb Raider playthroughs at a later point this year, I will replay the remastered versions. However, I'll be switching to the classic graphics for those playthroughs. But for these new playthroughs of the remastered version, I'm going to be playing with those graphics. So it's so awesome. I'm really, really liking the way that the things look, and this is just the title screen as well. And we're going to be playing through the Croft Manors as well for each of the trilogy. Casper, you couldn't hold yourself until next day's stream. Yeah, this was my plan to actually stream it as early as I could on the day, because as I said, it's already the 14th here in Australia. So, yeah. CRP, Civ, thank you so very much for the follow. Casper, not that you mind. Yeah, so it'll be a short stream. But having said that, though, I want to try and finish the first 4 levels of the game. But we'll just see how we go. But I wanted to kick it off and jump into it. So we're going to be jumping into the Lara's home first.
Welcome to my home. I'll take you on a guided tour.
And here we go. With the remasters, we can move the camera 360 degrees around Lara, which is really good. In the classic version, the original version of these games, you can't actually do that. Lara would only be able to, you'd only be able to move the camera a certain distance around Lara, maybe about there. So this is really cool. Nice. So that's how I switch from classic to old school graphics, is the menu button. What's great with these remasters is people who might not be that much of a fan of old school tank controls, you can actually change the controls to be more modern. So you could get the best of both worlds. You could have the old school graphics if you wanted, but modern controls at the same time, which I think is going to open it up so that a lot of people who have never played the original versions before and were put off by the controls, they'll be able to actually play through it with the new graphics, all the old graphics, and have the new controls as well. In the original Tomb Raider, when they released it, Lara didn't actually have her ponytail, but modders over the years have been able to add it and all that kind of stuff. Just to reiterate, this is the official remasters that have been released. Over the years, in fact decades, there's been multiple different versions of the old school Tomb Raider games that fans have done different, textures and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's cool to have the ability to move this camera around like this. So I've got it set to use the tank controls because, quite honestly, it would feel weird for me not having tank controls in the old school Tomb Raider games. But you can go into the options and change to have more modern controls. I mean, the ability to see what these pictures were intended to be back when they originally came out. Like, how would we know just looking at that? So they would have had to look at probably. There might even be some interviews of devs from the old school Tomb Raiders actually talking about what pictures were supposed to be actually up, and that. Hey Kabito, welcome on in. Awesome to see this game. It really is awesome to play the remaster. Been looking forward to this. I hope that this is a success, so we can see remasters of Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6, which is Last Revelation, Chronicles, and the Angel of Darkness, because I think it'd be really cool to have all of the classic Tomb Raider games remastered.
Okay, let's do some tumbling. Press the jump button. Now press it again and quickly press one of the directions and I'll jump that way.
There's something satisfying about that. I'm going to have to change the controls because they've got the square button as jump, whereas in the original version it's X. So I'll have to change those things around. Alright, so this is more of a old school style camera, but in the remaster you can do 360 degree. It's funny though, because by default they've had the circle button on PlayStation as the roll, which is what it was on the PS1. But yeah, they've swapped the square button and the X button. The X button does the interacting. Kabito, same. You like this style of remaster, same game with same polygons. You like the FX and X2 games, or Final Fantasy X and X2 games. Even just improved controls with the same blocky polygons is good in your opinion. Circle for roll makes sense. It really does, and it's good that they've got the ability to let players actually use the use modern controls. All right, so you got 10 controls and you got modern controls, just to show that you can change between the two. I'm going to change that restore defaults. They're not the defaults game. All right, let's see. So jump should be X. Action should be square. There we go. Weapon is triangle. Yep. L1 is look. That's roll. Okay, so for those who don't know, in the first two Tomb Raider games, Lara can't actually duck and crawl. So we're playing the first game, so she can't duck. And people might be like, well, it's the remaster. Why can't you make her duck in this? Simply because the way that they design the levels, if they did patch in the ability to duck, there'd be a lot of shortcuts that could be taken that you can't in the original version as well. But yeah, that's interesting that they still have the option to see them, but they're grayed out, of course. Yeah, so that's better. Oh, that's so cool. You can't do this in the classic version of Tomb Raider 1. You can't jump and then change direction midair. That was something that they added in Tomb Raider 2. So that's cool. Kabito, cool. Can you double jump action to the same X button? Double the action, not double jump. I'm not too sure, actually. I don't know how it would go. Like, it might have a conflict or something. That was a sweet flip, Kabito, yeah. That's really cool. You can't do that in the classic version. Now let's switch to the old school version graphics for a second and try it again. Yep. So this was something that you couldn't do in the original Tomb Raider 1. They didn't bring that in until Tomb Raider 2.
Ah, the main hall. Sorry about the crates. I'm having some things put into storage and the delivery people haven't been yet.
The delivery people haven't been yet. This is so cool. I've been looking forward to these remasters.
Run up to a crate and while still pressing forward, press action and I'll vault up onto it. This used to be the ballroom, but I've converted it into my own personal gym. What do you think? Well, let's do some exercises.
Cyberflop, thank you so very much for the follow. Summer Lama, Duma Lama, you assume I'm human. What do I need to do to understand that I'm a Superman? So, I'm all innovative and rubbery. You say it bounces and sticks to me because I'm more destructive than ever. How to give a damn audience as it is levitating. It never goes away. And I know the enemies are still waiting. The day they can say, I'm down, they'll celebrate. What is that from, Hermione? Welcome on in, by the way, as well. Thank you for redeeming that Arnie impression. You know you like to get your money's worth for your Arnie redeems. Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for redeeming that one. That was really cool. How's things going, Hermione? Welcome on in.
I don't actually run everywhere. When I want to be careful, I walk. Hold down the walk button and walk to the with the walk button down. I won't fall off even if you try to make me. If you want to look around, press and hold the look button. Then press in the direction you want to look. If a jump is too far for me, I can grab the ledge and save myself from a nasty fall. Walk to the edge with the white line until I won't go any further. Then press jump immediately followed by forward, and while I'm in the air, press and hold the action button. Press forward and I'll climb up. If I do a running jump, I can walk to the edge with the white line until I stop. Then let go of walk and tap backwards to give me a run up. Press forward and almost immediately press and hold the jump button. I won't actually jump until the last minute.
Hermione, that's part of the lyrics to Rap God by Eminem. Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, that's interesting though to use that as a redeem with that. Crooked, welcome on in to my surprise stream. Thank you so very much for raiding in, dude. Welcome to you and your raiders. I hope everyone's doing well. Kobe, hey there, welcome on in. How's things been going? Philip Croft, thank you so very much for the follow. Hey Mona, welcome on in. That was an interesting entry, an Austrian rapping. That would be. Like, could you imagine Arnie actually rapping? Things are good, Hermione. Thanks for asking, and you. Oh, that's good, Hermione. That's good to hear. As for me, I'm doing well. I had a good stream of, well, I finished off Resident Evil 7 yesterday, because it's now Wednesday for me. Then I finished off a playthrough of Little Hope, where I chose Say Nothing every single time, and then set up for this stream. So going really well. Crooked, hello again, Senny. You're definitely surprised to see you stream again. How's the remaster going so far? Yeah, it's cool. Like For example, you couldn't do this in the original version with the camera. They still let you do the look, but originally, if you wanted to look around, you had to position Lara in a different spot and do that. Whereas in this game, the remastered version, they've done this. And in the original Tomb Raider 1, you weren't able to do this. Change your direction in midair when you jump. That's something that they introduced in the original Tomb Raider 2. So they've brought that over into the remastered version of 1, which I think is really cool. Which means I'll be able to do it when I'm actually shooting enemies in this one. They've got modern controls as an option, but I'm so used to the tank controls that I'm sticking with the tank controls. And so when you do things like this, for example, you can now do 360-degree around Lara while she does it, whereas in the original you couldn't. So I'm really liking it so far. Mustang, thank you so very much for the follow. Kobe, hey Rod, long time no see. I know, right? I hope things have been going well. Hermione, things were awful these past few days. Yourself and the wife have been down with norovirus. Oh, damn, Hermione. I really hope that you all get better soon, though. Yeah, that really sucks when there's, that going around. Crooked, that would be very helpful. It really is. It truly is. Kobe, sweet, that's looking crisp. It really is. And just to show the difference, like, you can switch back to the original whenever you want. So this is the original. In the original version, you couldn't do the camera around Lara 360 degrees. But if you notice, her ponytail isn't present in the game. There was a patch that fans did of the original version to put the ponytail back. But in the remaster, of course, they've got it with the ponytail. Hermione, can you also do a 180-degree roll on the ground? You can, Hermione, yeah. Yeah, you can do that. That's for sure.
Right, this is a really big one. So do a running jump exactly as before, except while I'm in the air, press and hold the action button to make me grab the ledge.
Plus, it's good to have subtitles. The original didn't have subtitles. So I'm glad that they did that for the remaster.
Nice. Try to vault up here. Press forward and hold action.
Hermione, you're much better now? Oh, that's good. That's definitely good, Hermione. That's for sure.
I can't climb up because the gap is too small. But press right and I'll shimmy sideways until there is room. Then press forward.
Gonna shimmy, shimmy, shimmy till the break of dawn, yeah. Hey there, Cellcat. Welcome on in.
Tap backwards and I'll jump off backwards. Immediately press and hold the action button and I'll grab the ledge on the way down.
Haruno Sasori, thank you so much for the follow. Really does, Kobe. Yeah, I'm glad that they did that. And you can also switch to modern controls if you want as well. So you can get the best of both worlds. You can get the old school graphics and the modern controls if you want. Hermione, were you able to do a 180 ground roll in the original too? Maybe you must have imagined that they added that as well in the original second game. No, you can actually do that in the original Tomb Raider 1. You can do the standard roll on the ground.
Let's go for a swim. The jump button and the directions move me around underwater.
It is Cellcat, yeah. Yeah, this is the new remasters of 1, 2, and 3. This will be my Monday to Friday game, but of course I wanted to start it on the day that it came out. Hey Radium, how's things going? Literally everyone has this thing early except you. Yeah, I pre-ordered it, but being in Australia as well, the time zones matched up so that I could actually start the playthrough earlier.
Air. Just use forward and left and right to manoeuvre around on the surface. Press jump to dive down for another swim about, or go to the edge and press action to climb out. Right, now I'd better take off these wet clothes.
And no, for those wondering, she wasn't going to do that right in front of everyone. Kobe, so this is the butler already in the freezer, or where is he? So in the first game, Kobe, when you do the Croft Manor, he's not actually in it, but in the second and third, he's in it, and so you can actually lock him in. Hermione, oh man, this pool looks great. Yeah, I'm really impressed with what they've done for this remaster with those different things. Hey Adam, welcome on in. I definitely will have fun with Tomb Raider. I've been looking forward to these remasters for a while. I hope that it's a success so we can get remasters of Last Revelation, Chronicles, and Angel of Darkness. That'd be really cool. Hermione, you want to play this game too? Cries, it's 7 hours until midnight for you yet? Oh, 7 hours, Hermione? Damn. Salcat, twice the amount what you paid for this, and you could have owned Skull and Bones, my friend. Yeah, $109 is how much Skull and Bones is here in Australia, and that's for the basic version. I think the special edition is 150 or something like that. Alright, so that was Croft Manor. So now let's jump into the game. What's interesting is in the original version, the opening cutscene showing you what happened thousands of years ago, or more than that, actually happens first before it goes to this menu screen. So it seems that they've swapped it around so that it will only actually kick off when you go into a new game, which really helps as a streamer because it means I can make sure that the cutscene happens in a timely manner. So let's jump in and start. Now, Unfinished Business, I won't be doing it for this playthrough because I've never done the original version of it. So I want to make sure that when I do the Unfinished Business, I'm playing the original version of it. But in the future, when I do want to do this as part of a playthrough, I will do the remastered version. But just to point it out, Unfinished Business, it's a DLC basically for Tomb Raider 1. Tomb Raider 2 had a DLC as well, same with Tomb Raider 3, and they're also bundled with the remaster as well. But for this playthrough, we're just playing through the main game. Kobe, ooh, you must have played the later ones then. You don't remember which one, just remember the manor with the butler and she was in the jungle with tigers. Ah, so that's the third one, Kobe. Yeah, that's the third one. That starts off in India. Hey Stan, welcome on in. How's things going? Kabeto, are you willing to wager that the information you've already presented about the updates and differences is already more than most printed reviews? GG's. Thanks, Kabeto. I'm just so happy and excited to be playing this. And I know that, there's plenty of fans who've already played the original, so they know, ins and outs. And there's definitely a lot of people that know more than I do as well. But yeah, it's really cool to see the differences and the changes for gameplay as well, Whiskey, are you not past your bedtime? Well, to be honest, I'm normally still awake by this time, but this is a special occasion, so I wanted to do this playthrough, or start the stream, I should say. That's no worries, Kobe. I definitely know what that's like. Sometimes there's things in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood that I confuse for 2, and vice versa, so I know what it's like when that happens.
What's a man gotta do to get that kind of attention from you?
It's hard to say exactly, but you seem to be doing fine.
Well, great. Though truth is, it ain't me that wants you.
Oh?
No, Miss Jacqueline Natla does. From Natla Technologies. You know, creator of all things bright and beautiful.
Seal it, Larson.
Ma'am.
Feast your eyes on this, Lara. How does that make your wallet rumble?
I'm sorry. I only play for sport.
Then you'll like a big park. Peru, vast mountain ranges to cover, sheer walls of ice, rocky crags, savage winds, and there's this little trinket, an age-old artifact of mystical powers buried in the unfound tomb of Qualapec. That's my interest. You could leave tomorrow. Are you busy tomorrow?
The eyebrow raise. That's something that Angelina Jolie does in the first Tomb Raider movie. Whiskey, gotcha. Well, thank you. Oh, that's no worries at all, Whiskey. Yeah, I was hoping that I'd be able to time it right. Salcat, when you switch back to the OG version, does it look exactly the same as old games? It does. Salcat, yeah. So if I press the button, it goes back to the old school graphics. In the original version, though, you couldn't have 360-degree camera movement. You were just restricted to the looking movement. That was sort of like the range of camera movement you had originally. But in the remaster, they've done 360 degree. And yeah, Crooked, yeah, it makes sense since they're probably pre-rendered. Yeah. They are, Casper, yeah. So the old sequences were FMV sequences. Um, so it's not from a ground up remaster where they've redone like everything from the ground up. Um, so the cinematics are definitely just the original versions. Whiskey, you remember seeing when the original came out in your teens, you can see how gaming has evolved just like anime has changed. Oh yeah, Whiskey, that's the thing. And it doesn't take long either. You know, some changes are only like 2 to 3 years, if that, between different things. Kabito, the computer looks behind. It really does. Like very, very old school. Like you'd probably pay, what, 5 cents for something like that now? They are iconic, Kirby. They definitely are the sunglasses. Hey, Soul Tripper, welcome on in. You remember watching these cinematics and thinking that one day the game would look that good? Yeah, it's so funny because it used to be the thing of the FMV sequences. One day we'll get the graphics of the game the same, and then the cinematics for that game will be more advanced. Hermione, think the remastered version actually looks better than these cutscenes, which is hilarious. Maybe fewer polygons, yes, but the shaders, the lighting, yeah. There, there were a few bits of that cutscene that looked a bit dark, especially too with the white text as well. It seemed like some of the background image was actually bleeding into the text. Hey there, Anglo. Welcome on in. The graphics look slightly better. What else has changed? You also should change your game title. Why is that, Anglo? About the game title? Do you mean the category? Kabito, was this game remade as the Anniversary game, but 2 and 3 never got updated versions? Yeah, Kabito. So Anniversary is both a remake of the original Tomb Raider, and it's also a prequel to Tomb Raider Legend, which had come out the year before that as well. But Tomb Raider 2, 3, and onwards, they never got the same treatment that Tomb Raider Anniversary did. Yeah, Hermione, rest in peace, the wolves. Like, rip. Salcat, you see, it does. That's it, yeah. Hey, Super Meat Hands, welcome on in. I do too, Adam. The special editions of Monkey Island 1 and 2, they do the same thing, where you can switch at will between the old school graphics and the new. Interesting. So they put an exclamation mark above the item. Feels so good in Tomb Raider 1 to actually do this in midair. Because it's very helpful in the Tomb Raider games after this one. Kabito, you're hyped to see 2 and 3 then too? Oh yeah. It's going to be cool to see, because I definitely will be doing those too. I'll be doing the remasters of 1, 2, and 3 back to back. Arthur's being mean to me. Hey Zereth, welcome on in. Thank you for redeeming the Bane impression. Poor Jack Marston. Can't even get a break from you when I'm playing another game, Zereth. Gee, I don't know, dude. How's it going, man? Anglo, it says you're playing Dark Pictures Anthology. Ah, you'd have to refresh then, Anglo. Because, yeah, I changed it to the category of Tomb Raider remasters. Casper, oh, a medkit. Time to hoard those. Oh, yeah, Casper, you know me with these Tomb Raider games. It's like, you have 50 medipacks. Are you asking me, game, to use one of them at the end of the game? Gee, I don't know. Hey, Ayad, welcome on in. Salcat, the game looks so good now, and it still feels like you're playing the OG game. Yeah, Salcat, and because I'm so used to the tank controls, I'm keeping the tank controls. But for those who might not know, you can actually switch the controls to modern controls. So if you're curious about playing through these games with the old graphics but modern controls, then you can get the best of both worlds in that way. Thanks for redeeming that, Zereth. Salcat, you played this on PC back in the 90s. Oh, cool. Yeah, I played these on the PS1. Hey Cyberflop, welcome on in. Do you get to see every version of the mansion? Yeah, so you can access the mansion in each of the games. I've already done the Croft Manor for the first game here, but yeah, you can definitely access those. And the expansion packs that were released back in the day for the original versions, they're actually bundled in the remaster version for the first three games. Anglo, just refreshed and it's saying you're playing this now. Oh, that's good, Anglo. That's good. Yeah, I'm glad that it came up with the right one after refreshing. Zereth, lol, you did a 13 to 14 hour sleep over the last 24 hours so far. Oh, did you really, Zereth? That's a lot of hours. Oh, nice emote, Radium. That's cool. Thanks for redeeming that, Zereth. The random horror movie quote and the Assassin's Creed character quote. Cyberflop, you got to wait until midnight in your area and then you're good to go. Ah, yeah, the wait. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it'd be cool if the game just came out everywhere based on the actual literal time, not the actual day, you know. Like, whatever day it might be for people, doesn't matter. Just, you know, whatever time matches, you know, everywhere else. Thank you for redeeming the Arnie movie scene impression as well, Zereth. And thanks for leaving the lurk too. It has super meat hands, yeah. About 3 hours and 10 minutes ago now, it became available for me to access. Stan, this is the original Tomb Raider from 1996. That's right, Super Meat Hands, yeah. Indeed, Salcat, doing the dancing. So I'm going to redeem, or honor, I should say, those redemptions that Zereth redeemed. The random horror movie quote, the random Assassin's Creed character quote, and the Arnie movie scene impression. All right, so I've got the random horror movie quote. Look, I'm not just some bystander. I was the one that found him. And I'm the one that's supposed to kill him. These are knives. He wants me to stab him. He wants me to murder a child. It's not a child. How can he know that? Maybe he's wrong. It's insane. I won't have anything to do with murdering a little boy. He's not responsible. I won't do it. Well, if you won't do it, I will. So that's from the original Omen horror movie from 1976. Okay, and I've got a random Assassin's Creed character quote. Cesare, oh Cesare, a man of great depravity, believed himself immortal till he had a date with gravity. So that's Ezio singing as a minstrel from Assassin's Creed Revelations. And I just need to grab the Arnie movie scene impression. I remember days like this when my father took me to the forest and we ate wild blueberries. More than 20 years ago. I was just a boy of 4 or 5. The leaves were so dark and green then. The grass smelled sweet with the spring wind. Almost 20 years of pitiless cumber, no rest, no sleep like other men, and yet the spring wind blows, Subotai. Have you ever felt such a wind? They blow where I live too, in the north of every man's heart. It's never too late, Subotai. No, it would only lead me back here another day, in even worse company. For us, there is no spring, just the wind that smells fresh before the storm. And that's from the original Conan the Barbarian. Zereth, you also redeemed the Kiki Redeemed. Don't know if it was seen. Yeah, Zereth, I actually did that one. But I could do it again for you, though. That's right, Anglo, yeah. So that quote from the horror movie was from The Omen. Super Meat Hands, I'll see you later. You got 29 hours before you can even download the game. Holy shit, Super Meat Hands, that's a long time. Well, thank you so much for popping in. I hope that you enjoy the game when you get to play it. And Toe Chisel, thank you so very much for the follow. Yeah, E-Tone, it does. It really does. And welcome on in too, as well, E-Tone. Kabuto so shiny, actual snowflakes falling down. Oh yeah, that's a great detail. In the original, that doesn't happen. So that's cool that they added environmental effects like that. So what's good is in the original version, the game didn't give you an idea of where exactly Lara had to stand when interacting with certain things. Because sometimes you would actually put her in front of something and you would put her in front of the item in such a way that it actually made you think that when you press the interact button, Lara was going to interact with it, but she wouldn't. So what they've done in this remaster version is when you've got Lara positioned correctly in front of a door or a switch, it'll throw up that exclamation mark for you, so you know that she's actually standing in the right spot. So I think that was pretty cool that they did that. Kibito, that's the best effect ever. You never played Halo, but that polygon switch is the coolest. So glad to be able to do that in this game too, like that Halo remaster did. Yeah, it's really cool, and it also means that you can get a very quick comparison. You don't have to open up a different game and show that off. There we go. I wanted to show again what I meant. So if you have Lara there, the exclamation mark won't be there. But positioning there will give you the exact spot that you need to be in. And there we go. First level. I won't be getting all the secrets in this playthrough, but I wonder if, I think it was Tomb Raider 3, there's a secret that is in the game, but it makes the number that it shows not actually match how many secrets there actually literally are in it. So I wonder if they've patched that. Hey there, Mustang. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for the follow. Sorry about the 10-minute follower wait. Mustang, damn, this looks awesome. You always love this game. You might get them. Yeah, yeah. I really like what I've seen so far of what they've done with the remaster. And something in gameplay that they added from Tomb Raider 2 original in the remaster of 1 is being able to do the change in direction, the roll in midair, which wasn't in the original version of Tomb Raider 1. No worries, you're doing stuff and bringing some hot coffee meanwhile. Oh, cool. That sounds really good. Coffee is absolutely delicious. So I wonder how it's activated, but I remember seeing that there was photo mode. Interesting. I'll have to look into that later, how you activate photo mode. Kabito coffee and starting Tomb Raider, perfect combination. It really is. Mustang, you recently bought all the Tomb Raider games for PC, but the first one worked really bad, so you might get this one. Looks like more responsive. Oh yeah, Mustang. Trying to get the old school games to work on PC, it's just it's so annoying, and sometimes you'll fix something, but then something else will mess up, and you think to yourself, oh, come on. Yeah, Kabito, try the touchpad. It actually does the menu. It brings that up. And I tried pushing in the left and right control sticks and pressing the other buttons as well. Radium, you're the first streamer you've seen who gets to go beyond the first levels of each game. Oh, really, Radium? Did they have sort of like a cap on what they could show until I guess, the embargo lifted? And that's right, Mustang. Yeah, you can switch between the two on the fly. What I will say though, is that the cinematics in the remastered version, even when you have the remastered graphics selected, it's still the old FMV sequences, but they've obviously upscaled them and all that kind of stuff. But the old FMV sequences haven't been redone from the ground up. They've just been optimized as much as they can, I guess, for a game this old. Radium, it's P or F3 on it on PC, is it, for the photo mode? Cool. I'm glad that they added it. Mustang, but graphically this looks amazing so far. This is one of those times when you can say it's been a nice remaster, you'd say. Yeah, I think because they've also added environmental effects that weren't in the original, like snowflakes falling from the sky in a caved area as well. Radium, yeah, they had access yesterday, early access. I see Radium, yeah. That would have been that would have been frustrating, have early access, but not having the whole game to actually play through. Mustang, that's fair. The cinematics were awesome. Yeah, they're definitely, of their day. Those old school FMV sequences. Yeah, the music is great. Mustang as well. That's the thing about these older games is the music was every so often. You can Mustang, yeah. You can definitely move that. Well, I mean, I think it would be classified as a hint. Oh. Controls. Yeah, action indicators. I'll just turn that off temporarily just to see if it does that. Yeah, so you can turn them off if you want. They added them for players who might get, because in Tomb Raider 2, for the final boss, there's an interaction that is very hard to do sometimes because visually it might look like you're in the right spot, but the game won't recognize your input. Yeah, Kibito. Yeah, the cool pushing animations. I did a test in Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation, which was the fourth game. They introduced the ability to just hold the button in for interact, so that you didn't have to, stop, so that Lara could continuously push or pull something as long as you held down the action button. But they didn't add that for the remaster of 1. And you can't shimmy around edges either. So that's all stuff that Tomb Raider 4 introduced. Mustang, nice. Always good to have the option. It really is. It definitely makes a difference. Yeah, Rosie. Yeah, I've set it to tank controls because I'm just so used to that over the years by now. So I was just like, I'll just keep it as is. But interestingly enough, the default controls on the PlayStation version, they had square as jump and X as interact, whereas in the PlayStation 1 version, it was X to jump and square to interact. So I changed that around. Mustang, this is a pre-buy, still has a decent price. It was Mustang, yeah. I got a slight discount on it because I'm a PS Plus subscriber. It was about $4 off. I think it was $44 Australian originally. But I felt it was good value for me because it's also including the expansion packs for each of the 3 games. You're an X-jumper, Mustang, yeah. It just feels so natural to me. Even in Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, I think I had to change the controls to be more old school style. So there's no manual targeting system. At least I don't think if you choose the tank controls though. So I don't know if that's a remastered, like a modern controls thing or not. Let's find out. This is so weird. So pressing left on the D-pad in modern controls makes Lara literally turn left or right, up or down. Interesting. You still move the camera around. Ah, so they got... Alright, so with modern controls you have to hold down... I've got the left trigger. And then right trigger is shoot. There we go. But it doesn't look like you have manual aiming though. Interesting. But for me, I'm going to change it back to tank controls. This feels more natural. Mustang. All the animal fights in this game are just epic, especially further into the game. Oh yeah, when a certain particular massive creature that was thought to be extinct is discovered. Mustang, the sound is the same for the guns. Absolutely. Yeah, they've kept all the sound effects, the old school ones, in the remastered version. Rosie, right trigger is shoot, Rod discovered. Exactly. Yeah, it felt weird though, but it's good that it's an option though, because I'd rather people who haven't played these games with the old school graphics be able to experience the old school graphics, but still be able to control the character with modern controls. That's for sure. Mustang, ooh, this is unbeatable. Gotta love the acrobatic moves. Oh yeah, Mustang. Absolutely. Selcat, the walls look really nice here. They really do. Yeah, I'm very impressed too with the textures and stuff. Like in the manor, there was some portraits that in the original version that you could have told me it was anyone, and I would have believed you because they didn't look like the person that they intended to be. But in the remastered version, you could literally see that. Oh yeah, that's the girl with the pearl earring. You know, that kind of stuff. Whereas interesting how they remade everything to a certain fidelity, but no further. Like they made a PS1 game into a PS2 game. Yeah, I mean, you're also working with, games from like, I mean, shit. Tomb Raider 4 is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year, and that came out in 1999. So this would be about 28, 29 years ago when this game came out, like the first one as well. Um, but yeah, there's definitely going to be extents to which people would have wanted them to go further, of course. Mustang, this is something like when you add light shaders to Minecraft for the first time and improve textures. Still the same, but it looks so much better. Yeah. Thank you, Keelan, for the follow. Something that they don't introduce until Tomb Raider 2 is Lara's flares. And also, there was no muzzle flash in the original. Well, I need to correct myself. There was muzzle flash from the actual, like, literal gun themselves, but there was no light dynamics as a result. But in Tomb Raider 2 and 3, if you wanted to conserve your flares, you could just go into an area and shoot with your weapons and it would light up the area for you. But they've carried that across into the remastered graphics though. Mustang, you think you'd like they made it this way, not changing everything too much? That's the balance as well. Making enough changes so that it is worth the work it takes to get it done, but also still make sure that you're making it respectful to the original version. Casper textures are not pixelated anymore too. Exactly. Thank you, Super Gamer Pals, for the follow. Something that they fixed as well, and in the original version, modders had to fix it. But in the original PC release of Tomb Raider 1, when Lara went underwater, any music that was playing would actually just stop, and you wouldn't be able to hear it. But modders eventually made it so that you could still have the music heard while swimming underwater, and for this remaster, that's something that they've done as well. Damn it. Well, guess who didn't save after saving at the start of that level? I was just so enamored with the remaster that I forgot to actually make sure I was saving as I went through the level. Hey Arc Raider, welcome on in. How's things going? Welcome on in, Arc Raider. Hope it's going well. Oh, I wish I got an advanced copy, but being in Australia with time zones, it meant that I was able to access the game as soon as it went past midnight on Tuesday. Mustang, another game you're so hyped and waiting to see is the remaster of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. You'll be so happy if they make it nice. Yeah, I'm curious too because didn't they? Because the original version was called Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, but are they not calling it that for the is it a remaster or is it a remake? Evil Gunby, thank you so very much for the follow. Rosie, also like it this way. If they just smoothed out the textures without adding detail, that'd look bad. Oh yeah. Well, that's true too. And yeah, it's good that they added environmental effects as well. That definitely makes things really improved. Look at that face. This is what it would look like in the original. Hey Mona, enjoyed the stream. Cheers, Rod. That's okay, Mona. Thank you so very much for being here. I hope that you have a good one. Mustang, nope. That would have been a good moment to have Lara's classic no. Hey Sheila, welcome back, dude. You come back home and see you already in the remastered? Absolutely, I couldn't help myself. I thought, well, I know it's, very late/early my time, but bugger it. That is a big bear cat. You're not wrong there. That is for sure. Mustang, and those sounds when you're like 10 years old were so scary. Well, that's the thing with sounds. And at the time, when things come out, the effectiveness of them may seem, weird nowadays, but, back then, those sounds could definitely have that effect. Yeah, rest in peace, Lara. It's like, whoops. Zereth, remember to save. Indeed. Mustang, no, now they will call it Metal Gear Solid Delta, you think? Because it has a triangle icon. Ah, Delta. That's interesting. Hey, Keelan, welcome on in. Is it true that you can't backstep and sidestep using modern controls? Now, that is actually a good question. Because I gave a bit of a test with modern controls, but I didn't actually test that out, though. So let's see. Actually, now that I've got that open, save. Alright, so change to modern controls, and let's have a look at what the controls are for modern. Okay, so in the modern control scheme, they make square walk. So if I hold down square in modern control mode, okay, so you can actually walk like that with the modern controls. But if I stop and then press left or right on the D-pad, Lara won't actually sidestep. And same if I use the left control stick to move. So yeah, it seems with modern controls, Lara can't strafe. So that would be really weird. Even tried tapping, but it doesn't do that. Yeah, so it doesn't seem. But then again, it feels really weird for me playing with the modern controls that they've got it. So it'd probably be best for someone who's fresh to playing any of these old school Tomb Raider games to try the modern controls and see how it is. But thanks for bringing it up though, Keelan, because I never thought to even test that out with the modern controls. Hey, Mr. Newt, welcome on in. You tempted to get this for the nostalgia? Nice. It's definitely good that you can switch to the old school graphics when you want. So you can get that too. Rosie, maybe they should have like a shifter button, hold to strafe like. Well, that's true. Actually. Now that you mention that, let's go further down in the control scheme. Look is R3, roll is circle. Secondary is R2. Okay, what is secondary then? Oh yeah, secondary is just pull out your guns. Keelan, also, is the trophy list that was leaked a week ago in fact legit? It didn't show gold trophies, only plat, silver, and bronze, which is why it sounds fishy. Not too sure, actually, Keelan. Because I never actually saw that list myself. But if I go in and have a look, okay, just to test, is my voice still coming through? I'm not sure if it's still coming through or not. Oh, nice, cool. So looking at the trophy list, there's 269 trophies. Um, so that's a lot of trophies. Got a few hidden trophies. Just scroll down until I can see silver. Unless some of the hidden ones are silver and... Oh no, here's a silver one. Finish the game in less than 6 hours. But that was only one that I've seen so far. That's silver but not hidden. Yeah, so I didn't see any gold ones. But then again, I don't know if the hidden ones, if I reveal it though. Down the list, there doesn't seem to be any gold ones. Yeah, it seems there's only bronze and silver. E-Tone, you always forget the original PlayStation controllers had no analogs. That's true, yeah, the very first ones that they brought out didn't have that, which, you know, it would feel so weird not being able to have that. Especially for the later games. In general, I mean. Anglo, one of the later Tomb Raider games, you could change the way she looks to older games. So which one was that? Anglo. Because there might be, I mean, there's been so many mods over the decades of these old school ones, so... Plus one's on PC, like the later ones. The only ones I have experience with on PC is Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3, Last Revelation Chronicles, Angel of Darkness, Anniversary Legend, and Underworld. But I've never played any modded versions, though, that have the ability to switch back and forth, so they could be. I'm not too sure. Hey Toe Chisel, welcome on in. That's okay, Mr. Newt, for the caps. That's no worries. Kibito, wow, so much to keep busy with in this collection. Well and truly, Kibito. And I've never done the expansion packs before for any of the first 3 games, so I'm looking forward to doing that for the first time. But I won't be doing that in this playthrough though, because I want to have them in as close as possible to the original version that I can. So I'm going to leave that for my annual playthrough this year. Keelan, so if needing to backstep or sidestep, just flip controls from that particular moment if running modern control playthrough. I mean, that would be so tedious. I definitely wouldn't recommend it. Maybe there's a button combination that you can use, but the little bit that I tested there didn't seem to be any other button in conjunction with the walk button that would allow you to actually sidestep. I guess they just maybe they just thought that having the character literally turn left or right straight away would be, good enough, and then you'd walk with the camera behind her. But Kibito, Tomb Raider Rise also had a ton of trophies, mostly bronze. Or did it, Kibito? Yeah, that's something I haven't really looked into, because I was mainly an achievement. I wouldn't say I got every single achievement or tried to, but in the Xbox 360 era, I was really into achievements. But by the Xbox One, I kind of lost interest in going out of my way to go for them. But I haven't really looked into trophies much. So, okay, how do those wolves get in there? They must have a key. They must. Or there must be a secret passage that only wolves can see. And they decided, hey, let's go through this. Oh. Damn it. Now, did I save before or after getting these items? Alright, after. Feeling no gold trophies is so strange. How odd. Anyway, some trophies were a lie. You counted 272 overall. I got you, Keelan, yeah. Yeah, I'm not too knowledgeable about platinum and all that kind of stuff. But the achievement count that I saw, or trophies, was what it was. Maybe there's some hidden ones that aren't counted. Well, 445, thank you so much for the follow. And hey there, Donna, welcome on in. How's things? Tomb Raider, so awesome you have this game already. Yeah, that's one of the good things being a gamer and living in Australia is once it goes past midnight and it goes into the release day for a game, it's like, yep, it's good to be able to access it. Oh, that's good, Donna, that you're going well. As for me, I'm doing really good. Wanted to do a stream of this to kick off the playthrough on the day that it came out, so it's been good to jump into it. Keelan, is kind of annoying as you used to use backstep to line jumps a lot back in the days. You're so over tank controls. Yeah, that would definitely be frustrating, especially if you wanted to just play with the modern controls and you're so used to doing things like that. Maybe it might be something they'll patch in. Hey, gamer guy, welcome on in. How's things going for you? What's good is that I can play this remastered game. That's really good. Been looking forward to it. And it's good to know that whenever I want to play the first three games in the series with the old school graphics, I don't have to worry about spending hours trying to make sure that the version that I have on PC actually works. I can just load up the game and start it. Gamer guy, you chillaxing right now? Still got days off work? Oh, hell yeah. That's really cool that you got some days off. Hope they go really slowly for you. I hate when days off go quick. Yeah, gamer guy, yeah. So, 14th of February, um, which is actually the fictional birthday of Lara herself. So I think it was cool that they timed the release to be on that day, IRL. You don't go back till next week on Monday. Oh, nice. That's a good amount of time. All right, this time, let's stop earlier than I did before and do a safety save. The Golden Idol. And just to show people what this looked like back in the original version. And to show what the bear looked like in the original version. I mean, we can't see the front half, but there we go. So that's the second level done. Keelan, the thing you most dread is trying to beat Tomb Raider 3 in under 6 hours. Some of those trophies are brutal, like collect every single item in a playthrough. You can't not plat the best games of all time. That is another thing too, Keelan, as well, because there's definitely a lot of tricky jumps in these old school games, and getting used to that in and of itself is one thing, but when you get some very, very tricky jumps later on, Donnie, in my memory, you had to put like 300 bullets in that bear. Yeah, It definitely seemed to not take as many hits, and there's no difficulty setting in the original version or the remaster. So yeah, Salcat, the OG bear. It's so cool to be able to switch instantly. Gamer Guy, lucky you. Still February 13 here. Yeah, yeah. It's I was saying before that it would be good if, games could release in whatever time zone it is for people, but at the same time, you know what I mean? Keelan giving you Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy Nightmares all over again. You did not play that collection. F those relics. I only played Crash Bandicoot 1 inside of Uncharted 4. I never played the original Crash Bandicoot games before. Gamer Guy, what are your thoughts so far? I really do like the remaster. I like the fact that and it's more like I don't mind the 10 controls, but it's good that they have the option to put modern controls. And the good thing is being able to switch to the old school graphics means that people who are curious about playing the games in the old school graphics can still get that part of the experience without having to have the 10 controls, if that's something that is a barrier to them enjoying the game. So having the ability to switch to modern controls and also the old school graphics gives the best of both worlds, especially for people who might be new to the series, because they might have been put off by either the 10 controls or the graphics. So being able to experience the story of these games and all that is good. What I'll say though is for people who are expecting the cutscenes from the original game to be rendered in the remastered graphics as well, it's actually the old cinematics. They've been optimized, of course, for newer systems, but it's not an overhaul with the graphics like they've done here with the gameplay. So that would be a little nitpick, but it's kind of understandable. But if you're playing PC, there's probably going to be mods for this anyway, like there is for the original PC version, that can, fix that kind of stuff as well. What they've also done is there's a couple of things that in the original version of Tomb Raider 1, you couldn't do this. Jump and change direction with the roll in midair. They introduced that in Tomb Raider 2. So in the remaster of 1, they've brought that mechanic across, so Lara can actually do that. She still can't duck or crawl in the remastered version of 1 or 2, I imagine, because the ability to crouch wasn't introduced until Tomb Raider 3. So that might be a little bit off-putting for people who are like, how come Lara can't just duck and go into that? But overall, so far, I'm really, really enjoying it. Plus, you've got the expansion packs that came with the original... Well, they didn't come with the original versions, I should say. But they've bundled the expansions with the remastered versions, and they're a separate selection. You go into start a new game, and then you can start a new game for the main game, or you can switch to the expansion / DLC. Thank you so much for the follow, Casper ZK. Gamer, you always like the classic Lara Croft. Yeah, it's good to have these remasters as well, because it can help bring attention to the classic version of Lara as well. Like, I like both versions of Lara, like the reboot ones and the old school ones. But I definitely feel that any new Tomb Raider games moving forward that still keep the same Lara from the last 3 games, it'd be good to add things like being able to do flips and things, and bring back a lot of that kind of movement and stuff. But also the dual pistols. They need to bring that back for the reboot version, to have the dual pistols. Keelan, can't we just change our console PC time zone to Australian to play it? Right now, is that illegal? I have absolutely no idea either way. The wise option might seem to actually use a health kit right now, but when I play these old school games, I like to hoard my medikits. So 5 small ones and 4 large ones. Gamer Guy, you don't know. Cellcat, huge difference with the water here. Oh yeah, very, very true. And that's cool as well. The different, like the environmental effects that were there in the original. It's good to keep that, but also add new ones that weren't there in the original, like the snowflakes earlier. That was pretty cool to see. Gamer Guy, that's cool. It allows you to change controls and graphics. You heard the controls are based off Tomb Raider, Anniversary, Legend, and Underworld. They could be, although it feels a bit different, because with the modern controls in these remasters, pressing left will literally make Lara turn left quickly and go in that direction without the camera following suit. That's right, Donna. Yeah, unfinished business for Tomb Raider 1. That's bundled. I can't remember the names of the other ones because I've never actually played them before. Wasn't one the Lost Artifact or something? That might have been for Tomb Raider 3, an expansion. Hey, Senny. Welcome back, dude. Had to step away from some shopping and cooking. Oh, nice, dude. That's cool. What's on the menu? But yeah, the game's going really good so far. I'm really enjoying the remasters and the things that they've added. And they've even added extra environmental effects too to things that didn't have that before. Like earlier there was a part where there was actually snowflakes falling from the sky, which wasn't in the original version. And that's the cool thing as well, is just experiencing all the differences and seeing what they've done. It'd be good if other franchises from other companies got this same treatment. Especially games like the original Resident Evil have the ability for the old graphics, but also have remastered graphics. And also the option to change the control setup to something more modern. And you also like how the OG graphics of the PC ports, the PS1 and Sega Saturn graphics are terrible, and some color palettes are different, like water being green instead of blue. Ooh. In those versions, the water must just have a lot of algae in it. No, I haven't, Keelan. No, I haven't tried any cheats that might be in the original versions that they might have carried across to this one. Now we have the shoddy. Hey there, Aaron. Welcome on in. The other two are Golden Mask and for Tomb Raider 2 and Lost Artifact for Tomb Raider 3. Aha. There we go. Yeah, because I thought that the Lost Artifact was for 3, but I forgot that the second one had the expansion Golden Mask. Kroger, today you have some salmon spinach pasta with creamy sauce on the menu. Who wants a plate? Oh, hell yeah. I love spinach and pasta and creamy sauce and salmon. I don't eat a lot of salmon, but I do like it though. That's really good. Little Pumpkin, that's not fair. You get this earlier than us in EU. Yeah, that's true, Little Pumpkin. I wish it was released in everyone's time zone at the same time, no matter whether it was, the 13th or the 14th. How's it going, Little Pumpkin? Welcome on in. Keelan, lighting is amazing too, especially from the jungle in Tomb Raider 3. Oh, that definitely would be, for sure, with Tomb Raider 3. I'll definitely be playing the remasters of that, that's for sure. Don't have the proper gear for that. Aaron, there's actually plans for a Tomb Raider 4 expansion pack called Tomb Raider 4 Gold, you believe, but it got scrapped after Tomb Raider 4 was released. Ah, yeah, that was actually my first Tomb Raider game that I ever played, was Last Revelation. Lara with the spring legs. They definitely changed how high Lara could jump from a standing still position. Little Pumpkin, going as usual. How do you like this so far? Oh, that's fair enough, Little Pumpkin. I'm really enjoying it. It's really, really good. Plus, it's cool to be able to switch to the old school graphics on the fly. Keelan, you can't wait to play Tibet again in Tomb Raider 2, the snow environment. Oh, it really will, Keelan. That will really look good as well. Plus, I love the sound effects of the monks. Nande! When they're when they're attacking. To Chisel, there's a special level of Tomb Raider 4 released separately. Oh, see, I was thinking, because I was thinking that, and then I thought, oh no, that might be for Chronicles. Little Pumpkin, you're going to switch to your PC. You want to see this properly. That's fair enough. That's for sure, Little Pumpkin. It is, Donna. It is definitely time for the big reveal of this level. It sure is. It is, Stan, yes. This is the remasters of the original Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3, including the expansion packs that were with the original versions. Or for the original versions, I should say. Alright, I might have to go against my hoarding rule. It's not really a rule, but... Alright, game. I'll use a health pack. I'll use one of the small ones, though. Okay, so something new that they've added for the remaster is when there's a quote-unquote boss fight, it gives you a health bar indicator for the enemy. That didn't happen in the original version. It doesn't do it for regular enemies, but it does it for those big boss-type enemies. To Chisel, Tomb Raider 4 Times exclusive. That's right, because wasn't that related to the newspaper or something? what a weird thing. It would be like if a bubblegum company, had like a bubblegum, like you could download, you could buy it and it would turn your main character into a stick of bubblegum or something. Things like that. It's like, yeah, let's partner up with something that you wouldn't really expect. The Pumpkin Solar is actually less edgy here. That's true. And she doesn't poke people's eyes out with the triangle boobs. Killing, you get a big feeling that in Remastered Tomb Raider 4 is because Crystal Dynamics are trying to merge the timelines between this and the reboots. It won't work because 4 in her training, she doesn't have this knowledge in 2013 game. That's true, Keelan. Yeah, that would make things very, very messy for the timeline. I would just rather, and I've said this before, my pitch would have been, okay, set the next Tomb Raider game 10 years after Shadow, have Lara with her friends at her mansion, paying tribute to the death of Roth on the 10th anniversary of his passing away, have the dual pistols hidden from the player, and then, as part of the story, Lara's mansion gets attacked, which has happened before in Tomb Raider 2, the game, and the first Tomb Raider movie. There's something that the villain wants at her mansion, and so they attack. And in the firefight, Lara pulls out the dual pistols, and that's when you start to play. And that would be the tutorial as well for the dual pistols and the shooting mechanics and all that kind of stuff. And just make it that the reboot version of Lara in that 10-year period since Shadow has basically learnt new skills, honed her acrobatic skills and all that kind of stuff. And you don't have to, try to fit it into the old school games timeline or anything like that. You just pretty much take the characteristics of the classic Lara that weren't used in the reboot version and just move the story forward from there and keep going. I think that would have been cool. Plus to pay tribute to Roth as a character as well. And it could also be a time for, Lara and Sam to actually reconnect as well. To Chisel, yeah, the newspaper thing. It just feels so weird. It's like, yeah, let's partner with a newspaper for some content in a Tomb Raider game. Oh yeah, Casper, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely still will be. Especially when I'm doing my annual playthroughs. Little Pumpkin, you've always been scared to play this one, but now you really want to go through it. Oh, that's good, Little Pumpkin, then. Yeah, that'd be good for you to play it. No poking Miss Lara. Exactly, Little Pumpkin. Keelan, Tomb Raider 3 is terrifying. I hate the lizards with their poison in Tomb Raider 3. Hey, Arctic. Welcome on in, dude. How's things going for you? And Little Pumpkin, you have 360-degree camera control movement as well. You can still do the old school look, but you also have the ability to move the camera around. Obviously, it can get stuck on walls and stuff. Donna, you really said Sam wasn't in the sequels. It's explained though, more or less. That's true, Donna. And I've never read it, but there's also a comic I think that takes place after the events of Tomb Raider 2013, like not long after, and because of the process that was happening with Himiko and Sam, a portion of Himiko's soul actually got into her body, I think is the story, or something like that. Keelan, they could play the multiverse role for Tomb Raider 4. It's thrown around so much these days in media that casual fans wouldn't question it. I don't know, really. Like any storytelling device, you can definitely get things that rely on it too much, and it can really ruin the integrity of things. It's like the old trope of, oh, just add time travel. For some franchises it works, but for others it doesn't really, And I think like Tomb Raider would do well to not do any sort of like parallel universe or multi-universe or time travel or anything like that, because it also creates a situation where it makes it too easy to solve things. Because it can be like, oh yeah, just go back in time and fix it. Then it won't be an issue anymore. Like some things in fiction need to still stand. Like certain characters need to still have something that might have gone wrong, earlier in their life. That was the impetus for why they become the person that they are. Like classic Lara partly became the person that she became because of the plane crash in the Himalayas and having to learn to survive on her own. She gets saved by the monks, of course, but she also had to fend for herself as well. And so I think if they did a story where Lara went back in time and stopped that from happening, or if Reboot Lara went back in time and stopped her parents from getting killed, or, in her mother's case, dying, I think it would just cheapen things, and I think it would undermine things like the ending of Shadow of the Tomb Raider and the choice that Lara gets given, whether to bring back her or to create the world in the way that she wants and bring people back from the dead, or just let things lie. And if they were to do a follow-up to that where she just goes back in time and stops it, I think it would cheapen that. So yeah, multiverse, maybe I could see multiverse, but then again, it'd be another situation where it's like, it could be used as a crutch. Little Pumpkin, nice. No checkpoints, you assume? No checkpoints, no. Yeah, there hasn't been any checkpoint system. I found out that the hard way. Donna, really should try and get your hands on one. Yeah, I never read it. There was a wiki that I read it about. The only comic book, actually, in general, in terms of Tomb Raider series, the only comic book I've read is the prequel one that comes with a definitive edition of the 2013 game. So, haven't read any other ones. Even the, old comic books of the series, haven't read those. To Chisel, it's funny that Tomb Raider movie and Shadow of the Tomb Raider had time travel elements. That's true, to Chisel. Yeah, like the Tomb Raider movie, the first one had Lara being able to manipulate time, make the dagger that flew through the air to kill Simon. Was it Simon? I can't remember Daniel Craig's character's name. It's been so long since I saw that movie. Alex. I think it was Alex, actually. and she turns the knife around to make it fly back at Powell, who had thrown it. So yeah, they have delved in that kind of thing, but I wouldn't say it's something that I would want them to do again. I think it's that. But in the case of Shadow, it was really only a hallucination brought upon by the power of Kukulkan, or the power of the sun. It was tempting her with a vision of what could be if she decided to use the power of the sun. But she decides to sacrifice it and give the power of the sun back to the sun and keep the world as is, but save it from destruction. The pumpkin time travel would be strange in Tomb Raider. Yeah, it's kind of like, it can be a crux that franchises use, where they're like, let's just do time travel. Then we can just undo everything. Even things that actually had weight to them and were of dramatic importance, which I don't think should be done. I mean, obviously there's, stories where, Back to the Future is a story about so many things, but it's also about a friend wanting to make sure that their friend doesn't get killed in the future, so they try and prevent that from happening. But that's a different story, because that's intrinsic to the actual story arc and everything. Donna, maybe a copy through Avalon. Yeah, there's that too as well. As a device. It's kind of cool though to come up with a story like that where there's devices all over the world that are linked to one another. They're teleportation stations basically. And that they're tied to the mythology of a certain, region. And the similarities that those mythologies might have had to each other. Similar kinds of stories and stuff. Oh, that's good, Arctic. I'm glad that you're going okay. That's really good. As for me, I'm doing well. Done a lot of stream in the last 12 hours. Finished Resident Evil 7. Did a playthrough of Little Hope. Doing a stream of this. But yeah, it's going well. Little Pumpkins are back to saving almost every step. Exactly. Old school style. To Chisel, in the first Tomb Raider movie, she decided not to save her father, but instead just beat the villain. She was considered a bit edgier personality-wise, so fits. That's true to Chisel, yeah. Yeah, I like Angelina Jolie's portrayal of the character. Remember at the time, some people were like, that's not like the games. And it's like, don't you remember in the games when statues came to life? Things like that. Or it's like, those are things that existed in the games. Statues coming to life that Lara had to kill. So it's plausible. Sorry for the slowness of my responses as well. It's almost 5 a.m. here, and my voice is a little bit kind of similar to when you wake up early in the morning. Keelan, is there a way to sprint in Tomb Raider 1 and 2, given that you can corkscrew jump in Tomb Raider 1 now? There isn't, Keenan, no. Yeah, so they didn't add the sprint for the remaster versions of the first three. Oh, hang on. Yeah, for Tomb Raider 3 it would be in there, sorry, but not for Tomb Raider 1 and 2. Keelan, you never played the PC versions, and just by watching, you think it's way more convenient and beneficial to manual save over checkpoint save 100%. Yeah, I mean, there might be certain situations where it's definitely not viable to actually have the checkpoint system. It's so funny they make Lara bounce off. Don't know, well, 5 a.m. no sleep, 5 a.m. just woke up. It's the same time. Croaky voice hour. Exactly. That's it. It's a good way to put it. Yeah, little pumpkin. Oh yeah, I'm fine for sure. I'm definitely feeling good and everything. But yeah, just a bit croaky and also a bit softer, or trying to be. But it's definitely worth it to be able to stream this when it became available here in Australia. But that's okay, Donna. That's no trouble at all. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you enjoy your dinner and that it all goes well. And thank you. I definitely will have fun, and I definitely will sleep eventually. That's for sure. I was hoping to get the first few levels done, but I'll definitely be streaming this when it's Thursday and Friday for me as well. Same with the other two Tomb Raider games. The way that the timing worked out with the release for it, it means that I started it this week, but it'll definitely be Monday through to Friday for the Tomb Raider games that I'm doing with the remaster. And the third one I've forgotten. Can we get the no, though? Because that'd be good to get.
No.
There we go, classic.
No. No.
Hey Lara, have you heard of Nathan Drake before?
No. No.
I did, Chris, yeah. Yeah, I missed a cog. Mainly because it's very early my time. Plus, I'm one of those streamers that I find it hard to do everything in the game that's needed while talking at the same time. Sometimes I need to stop what I'm doing in the game and stop the motor functions of my hands moving the character to actually think about what I'm saying. And sometimes go around in circles and stuff. Chris, you wish the water had bubbles? Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't even notice if it had or not. That's the old school version of the waterfalls. There's the original T-Rex. Plus you got like the sun effect, whereas in the original you just have black sky. That's cool. Using the 360-degree camera now can do different camera angles. This is so cool. Keel in Tomb Raider 3 is unplayable on a collect and choose when to save system through crystals on PS1, hence why you never beat it. Oh yeah. It's so funny as well because in Tomb Raider 1 on the PS1, you had the save crystals that you can't take with you, so you have to use them when you find them. But then in the PS1 Tomb Raider 2 game, you have the manual save system whenever you want. So it's very weird that then in Tomb Raider 3 on PS1, they went back to the save crystal system and not the manual save anymore. Chris, this is so stunning. It really is. It really is. I like what they've done. To Chisel, personally, you think developers should just focus on making a good game because Lara's character is already defined. We don't need a heavy story to justify a character. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely understand not wanting to have too much story with the character. I guess it depends on what the framework would be as well. Not too sure, Little Pumpkin, because I haven't figured out how to actually activate it on PlayStation, on the PlayStation version. That is a good remaster, yeah. Ishimura, welcome on in. Yeah, I'm definitely streaming out of stream schedule. But I'll be streaming this game again later today. It's almost 5 a.m., but I won't be streaming it till it's like, probably 3, 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., maybe in 12 hours time or something. Hey Star, welcome on in. Oh, Chris, I am playing with 10 controls, yeah. Yeah, you can switch to modern controls, but I just, it doesn't feel, I feel weird not using the 10 controls. Yeah, Star. Yeah, in Australia, I was able to start playing this earlier. We got access to it earlier. Keelan, you never play Tomb Raider for story anyway. You just look at it as a puzzle exploration game series. You pay little to no attention to why you're in a certain location. Takes you back to days of just playing a game for just playing's sake. Oh yeah, Keelan. These games, they, don't really have a lot of story happening. It's not like there's story every few minutes or anything like that. It's pretty much like, here's the cutscene, and then here's the gameplay. A few levels later, here's another cutscene. Things like that. Yeah, very true, Star. So I wanted to make a start on the playthrough and take advantage of being able to stream it when it came out. That's it, Salcat. That's a good way to put it. I'm so used to playing with 10 controls with these games, these old school ones, that it feels weird not. Alright, so here's the pathway to the next cog. Star, who, what? Yeah, you can switch to the old school graphics whenever you want. That's right, Star. Yeah, yeah. So you can change it at will to the old school graphics. Yeah, little pumpkin progress. Yeah, my mind was finally like, that's where we need to go, because it's so late my time, or early, I should say, that my mind is not 100% at focus level for pathing in a video game, especially an old school one. Even though this is the remastered one, of course, but the layout of the levels and everything is the same. Yeah, Star, it's really cool too to be able to move the camera 360 degrees around Lara as well. Because in the original version you couldn't. Whiskey, off to lunch. If I don't see you when you get back, have a restful evening. Thank you so much, Whiskey. I hope that you have a great lunch. Hope you enjoy yourself. And I will have a restful evening. Thank you very much. Whoop. Got a severe case of early morning brain. Little Pumpkin, you'll get totally lost here. Oh yeah, it's very easy to. Very, very easy to. I'm surprised they didn't add a mini map to the remastered version. To Chisel, you're excited for the modding community picking this up and make different outfits? Oh yeah, to Chisel. Yeah, that's a great thing too. Keelan, you like how you can exploit photo mode to zoom the camera across the level to get an idea of where to go? Me too as well, Keelan. I like... Oh shit. I like doing that for games like Red Dead Redemption 2 when you're up on a cliff and you want to see the way down safely. It's good to go into photo mode and then just move the camera around to see, oh yeah, there's a long drop and stuff. And also in Assassin's Creed games, the later ones where you can use it to go through certain bars and stuff and actually see what's coming up or ahead or how to get into something. J.M. Brow, thank you so very much for the follow. Now I have all the cogs that are needed. The Pumpkin, you must say, you kind of miss this old school controls. Patience was needed, but it was pretty good. Yeah. You do get used to it after a while too, especially when it comes to turning Lara around corners and stuff. I like how Lara's sort of bobbing, like doing a head movement. Oh yeah, she even did that in the original. Huh. Keelan, 6 more hours. You hate waiting for things you need in your life. Oh yeah, that wait. I definitely feel for people who have so much time they need to wait before they can load it up and play it. Really, Chisel? 23 hours. Holy shit. Little pumpkin, there are bubbles in the water. Oh yeah, there are. Oh, that's okay, Keelan. I definitely know what that's like. Ishamira, how did I get this early? In Australia, because our time zone is ahead of a lot of other countries, it meant that once it hit the 14th of February, I was able to access it after midnight. Yeah, it is Little Pumpkin. Things like that can really add up to make a difference. Ishimura, oh yeah, you're Australia too. Exactly. Exactly. So you'd be able to, access it. So okay, Australia's in a world of its own. If only we actually were in the future though, because it'd be cool to be able to predict things for people and say, don't do that because this happens otherwise. Star, what a Valentine's gift. Exactly, Star. Exactly. And it's cool that they released it on the 14th because that's the fictional birth date for Lara as well. Valentine's Day. Indeed, little pumpkin. Happy birthday to Lara Croft. Hey, Talion. Basically in the future. Do 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 do. Welcome, Talion. How's things going, dude? Star, you take this over chocolate. Lara versus chocolate. I mean, chocolate is pretty cool and delicious. Just a heads up too, um, the remastered version, even when you have the graphics in the remastered version, um, the cutscenes and cinematics will still be in the old school FMV, but they've upscaled it and they've optimized it a bit for, modern consoles and stuff. But I imagine when the PC version of this gets modded, that they'll probably do an even better quality version, maybe, of the cutscenes. But just a heads up that the cinematics that are in the remaster are the old school FMV sequences, but optimized and upscaled a bit. Tylian, very good, thanks. Hope same for you. It's cool to see you playing this right now. Well, that's good, Tylian. I'm glad to hear that you're going well, dude. That's excellent. As for me, it's going good. Very, very early my time, but it's going well. Keelan, being a gamer in Australia must feel powerful. Wish I had that power. Well, Keelan, the big downside though is our games cost $100 brand new in Australian dollars. I mean, this game was $40 Australian for me. I got it at a discount, not a big one though, only $4 difference because of having a PlayStation Plus membership. But yeah, brand new games here are well, they're even over 100 now. And I've forgotten to do something else because of early morning brain. Here we go. I was also switching back to the old school graphics to see if that would re-jog my memory as well, because I'm so used to playing that version. Not too sure, Salcat. It is ridiculous. We do get some games less than $100 brand new. But yeah, the main big ones are always $100, 110, around that. Hey Arthuri, welcome on in. Why are you not saying before today you ask AC Syndicate game, you have that game too? Grand old Sean Hastings, go away. Yeah, you bought it? Oh, nice Arthuri, that's cool. I'm glad that you bought Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Keelan, the cutscenes are updated. Did you not see ending cutscene for the Great Wall? It's in these graphics. Only FMVs are not. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about, Keelan. Um, I mentioned cutscenes, but technically they're FMV sequences. So the FMV sequences, full motion video, they're actually not changed, but the actual like in-game cutscenes, I imagine would still be remastered, but the actual FMV sequences aren't. The pumpkin, when she walks, she's all elegant. Really wish they added Tomb Raider 4 into this remaster. Yeah, hopefully it's successful enough to do 4, 5, and 6. So, okay, it does have bubbles in the OG game. I think it does. The chisel getting lost in the game is not a bug, it's a feature. It just works. Keelan, there's no air underwater meter in 2024 graphics? There is, yep. Hey JM, 100 AU is 65 US. That's about what we pay here for new release games. Now that would be awesome if new release games were actually 65 Australian. That's for sure, JM. That would be much better. To chisel, still got to appreciate the redone loading screen. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's good when they pay attention to that kind of stuff. Not sure, Salcat, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know if it's Aztec or Mayan. This game starts off in Peru, so it might be Mayan, I think. I'm not too sure. Theory, you're surprised that Sean was in that game, too. Only tutorial you were playing. Yeah, and Danny Wallace plays the role again, too. He's played the character since Assassin's Creed 2, so it's cool when they get the actors to come back multiple times as well. Kinley, you lost your shit when you saw the updated cutscene caught you off. I imagine it would, yeah, that's for sure. Casper, we're going to pull a 24-hour stream. You're going to sleep for 3 hours when you wake up. He'll be in Tomb Raider 2. No, I definitely will be ending the stream when we get through the current level I'm on. Killing, oh my god, the lighting in this level is perfect. It really is. That's the other great thing too, to be able to appreciate, especially if you've played the old school version. So Pumpkin, watching this, now you know where you learned to jump around in combat. It was Tomb Raider. That's useless in new games. Yeah, it's a tried and true tactic in the Tomb Raider games. Just, jump around a lot and shoot. Peru is Inca, is it? I gotcha. So Peru is Incan. I was actually trying to think back to the conversation in Shadow of the Tomb Raider that Abby has with Jonah and Lara about that. Stan, it looks like they did a good job in high resolution textures and high frame rate. Yeah. Yeah, I was saying earlier that there's paintings in Lara's mansion that in the original version you can't make out who they intended them to be of, but in this, definitely you can tell who they are meant to be. There we go. Finally got the jump I wanted. Sorry, chat. I'll catch up in a moment. Here we go. Dave's Peru was Inca. Oh, was it? So Peru was Inca, yeah. Little Pumpkin, yeah. And Shadow of the Tomb Raider, there's a mix of Inca and Maya, which is a little confusing, but okay. Definitely can be a bit confusing. Keelan, you need to see the torso boss. Oh yeah. So okay, you're not making that jump, Rod. I thought there for a moment I wasn't, but I was like, I've made this jump before in previous playthroughs of the old school version. Surely I can make it. Little Pumpkin, patience and persistence, Lara. Exactly. Yeah, JM, 100 tries later. Thanks for the nice. JM, thanks for the woo, Little Pumpkin. Thanks for the first try, Cellcat. If only it was the first try. Little Pumpkin, can you glitch her to higher stuff here too? Um, maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm too tired to know. Kill and Dude, the fact is in 60 FPS. You never expected this. It's rare as fuck to get any game in 60 on console. Couldn't have picked a better game in need of it, with all the precision needed to successfully progress in these games. That's true, yeah. Some of the jumps as well have to be very precise. Hey Gizlake, thank you so very much for the raid, dude. How's things going? Gizlek wolves hunt in packs. They definitely do. You're not wrong there. Salcat and dinosaurs, it seems, and bats. Those too as well. Lots of those. Dave's part Inca, part Hava, geographically split. Oh, so they're kind of close, are they? Gizlek, you don't think that's quite right. Oh, hang on. Were you playing Tomb Raider as well? Nice, that's cool. Oh, you're playing Dragon's Dogma. Well, that's weird. Maybe Twitch is being weird. Okay, also the fact you don't need to hook up a PS3 anymore, you can literally cry with joy. Oh, exactly, Keelan. That's definitely a good reason for the remaster. So how was Dragon's Dogma, Gizlek? I hope it was good. And it is close, Dave's. I see, yeah. You think all the shoutouts are saying they're playing the game that I'm playing? Oh no. That's very, very weird. Come on, Twitch, what are you doing? Stream Elements is being stupid. Good one, Stream Elements. Gizlek, everyone's playing it. Just want to show what the old school version looks like in certain parts. Little Pumpkin, try not to get lost. Good luck with that. Exactly, Little Pumpkin. It's definitely difficult sometimes. Killing, it may not seem like a lot, but headset capability unlocked for console now. Headset capability. So what sort of advances does that give? Whoops. Yeah, Keelan, that's right. The ski-on moves. It's a good detail. So cat look like reptilian mummies. Yeah, they're not going to come to life in this level, thankfully. Keelan don't need TV sound anymore. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's definitely good. Mr. Newt, you love the music this game hasn't had. Me too as well, Mr. Newt. It definitely is really good. Star the fuck? Yeah, that's the other thing about these old school Tomb Raider games is sometimes the enemies can have an advantage shooting at you when you're in water before you even have a chance to get out as well. Whoop. I definitely will be ending the stream soon. My concentration level is like 40% now. Hey, wicked Mister, welcome on in. Ouch indeed, star. Yeah, Mr. Newt, rest in peace, Lara. The pumpkin 40 is a lot. You'd be dead at this hour. 40, yeah. Keelan, good luck with no meds if going for the plat. Oh no, not really. I just like to hoard health kits in these old school games. I'll literally get to the end of the game and be like, I've got 50 large medipacks. I guess I could use one. Nice one, Cellcat. Large coffee mixed with Red Bull. Alright, so we need to deal with Larson.
total attention now. I'm not quite sure if I've got yours, though. Hello?
I'll heal and hide you to a barn door yet.
Of course.
You and that driveling piece of the Scion. You want to keep it so bad, I'll harness it right up your...
Wait. We're talking about the artifact here?
Damn straight we are. Right up.
Hold on. I'm sorry. This piece, you say. Where's the rest?
Miss Natla put Pierre DuPont on that trail.
And where is that?
Ha! You ain't fast enough for him.
So you think all this talking is just holding me up?
I don't know where his little jackrabbit frog legs are running him to. You'll have to ask Miss Natla.
Thank you. I will.
That is so cool. The original version of that scene and stuff definitely doesn't have lip syncing or anything like that, or different facial expressions and things. Keelan, no meds is only for Tomb Raider 1, luckily. Still, you need all secrets for all 3 games. Yeah, I can't imagine doing platinum for this game. All these games. Yeah, Star, that was really cool. Nice kick indeed, Cellcat. I like how Lara's like, thank you, after that. Star, you remember that from the original? Yeah, it's a great moment. It's funny, Larson.
Relocated now to St. Francis's Folly, new temptations torment me. Rumour amongst
my fellow brothers is that entombed beneath our monastery is the body of Teoken, one of the 3 legendary rulers of the lost continent Atlantis, and that with him lies his piece of the Atlantean Scion, a pendant divided and shared between the 3 rulers, which curbs tremendous powers. Powers beyond the Creator himself. My toes sweat at such possibilities, lying so close to my mortal self. Each night, I beat myself rid of these fantasies, but it is indeed a test.
Pierre, you litterbug.
Okay, this is where I'm going to end the stream. Let's go back to the title screen. Just to show people what the menu for Tomb Raider 2 and 3 looks like with the remastered graphics. So that, of course, is for Tomb Raider 2, starring Lara Croft. Because of the success of the first one, it became a situation where they were like, we need to put Lara's name in the title. And then Tomb Raider 3, they put her name in the title again. And so each of the first 3 games in the series have the Croft Manor that you can go to, which is called Lara's Home on the menu. And there we go. We're going to go and raid out to Lucinda. Lucinda is doing a playthrough of Resident Evil 2. I think it's the remake as well. But I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. It was a great turnout to this stream. This isn't my normal stream time though, so the next stream of this, when you see it, I definitely won't be streaming this same time tomorrow. I just wanted to do a special stream of this because, number one, I'm a big fan of Tomb Raider. Number two, been looking forward to the remasters. Number three, living in Australia with the time zone, it meant I could jump into the game earlier and stream it a bit earlier, and it was great. So I'm very happy to start the playthrough. The schedule will be for the rest of this week. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be Tomb Raider remasters. The weekend is Red Dead Redemption 2, and then until the 3 games are done, Monday through to Friday each week will be Tomb Raider. Keelan, damn, you really want to see Thor's lightning, but understand you need sleep. That's definitely fair enough, Keelan. Thank you for being here, though. Star, have a good evening, Rod. Thank you, Star. I definitely will. It was Little Pumpkin. Thank you for being here, too. And thank you, I definitely will have a good rest. Tomb Raider 2 is great, Keelan. My favourite one is still Tomb Raider 4 Last Revelation, but my second favourite would be Tomb Raider 2. I love a lot of the similarities to Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, which is my favourite Indiana Jones movie as well. Stan, I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I know how much you love Tomb Raider series. Absolutely, Stan. And thank you, dude. That's for sure. But yeah, definitely enjoying it. Yeah, Casper, see you in about 10 hours, maybe? Probably 12, maybe? We'll see how we're doing. But anyway, I just want to thank everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. Stream Elements isn't working, I don't think, because it's showing that other people are remastering stuff. So I'll just give shout outs to these streamers who I highly definitely recommend doing different kinds of playthroughs. Ignore the game that comes up though with the shout outs. They're not actually playing this game as well. But I still want to give them shout outs while I'm here. It's so funny, some of these glitches that happen. It's like, really? Stream Elements, what are you doing? So I definitely like to highly recommend people check out those following streamers if you haven't before. Arc Raider MS was actually doing, Tomb Raider level editor for Underworld. Underworld Unfinished Business 4. And Gizlek, highly recommend. Same with Crocodiles and Lucinda and Shillerlock and Tylian and Arc Raider MS. They're all great streamers, so highly recommend checking out their channels. Sorry, I'm a bit too tired to do a full proper shout out, but definitely recommend checking out those channels. And thanks for the GGs, Keelan. Thank you so very much. I hope that everyone has a good one. Here's a general raid message that people can feel free to use. Here's a raid message that has some free follower emotes. Since I've actually got it active, I want to do a variation of the free follower ones with the Tomb Raider 1996 one. So there's a Tomb Raider one that people who are followers can feel free to use. And I'll pop one in for subscribers as well. Which is that one there. There we go. Let's raid Lucinda. It'll be a bit of a surprise for her because it's very rare that I stream this hour and also raid. But thank you so very much for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. I hope that everyone has a good one. And if you see me streaming any of the Tomb Raider remasters, then you know it's Wednesday, which is funny because it's been Wednesday for the past 6 hours here in Australia. But thanks everyone for watching. Hope you have a great one and catch you next time.